Hey, all. Welcome to the GitLab Growth Marketing Team Recap Call. Today's format's going to be a little bit different. It's just finished quarter 2 here at GitLab, and so we're going to go through some of the things that this team accomplished and the work that we're excited about from this quarter. So I'll kick things off. So the homepage hero swap process. So we have started swapping out content offers in the homepage hero, and seen some really positive results there, driving traffic to our why use case pages. And I made a whole video about what we saw there. It's about 10 minutes long. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here because we have a long list. So I'm just going to keep punching through this list. Next up, we launched the enterprise page on the 10th of July. Since then, we've had 2,788 page views, and then we've had 225 total CTA clicks from this page. That's unique events. The bulk of those going to the free trial page, 45 of those going to sales. We also launched use case campaigns, lots of effort from content and brand teams that we promote on the homepage hero swaps. A lot of other teams involved in that, but a lot of our team put a lot of effort into those. So I want to call those out too. We also launched a new event structure in Google Analytics to take advantage of Google Analytics 360 to simplify our reporting. A lot of the reporting we had in place previously, I set up, and to get any real meaningful use out of it, we had to, spend a lot of time in Google Sheets, like splitting things out and joining it back together. It was kind of a process. Now it's all kind of contained in Google Analytics, so we can organize this in Data Studio and other places without a lot of extra work. Also want to call out that our team, as a new team, spent a lot of time documenting our new templates and process so that we can have a sprint process and help organize our work and keep things moving forward with that. Also, we spotted a disconnect between .com trials and led the first blameless retro for growth marketing. This included, talking to marketing ops, sales ops, product growth teams, just kind of making sure that, we understand what happened and are working to prevent that from happening in the future. We launched the DevSecOps developer survey. I had over 60 different media outlets pick up that. Launched our website revamp plan going into quarter 3, where we're updating top 20 pages with MVC updates, and then building on top of that. Also got to sign off on a CMS as part of that process. And so I'm done with my long list. So now I'm going to pass it off to some other people on the team. Steven, you're first up. Why don't you go ahead and go?
Cool, thanks, Shane. Yeah, I just dropped in here that we updated our Devops comparison page template. You can see that in the link there, but I'll just do a quick screen share just to make it more fun and visual. So this is what it looks like now. I won't show the before picture, but it was essentially just a long white page of text. So we added lots of interactivity to the page. A lot more call to action buttons and actually, useful information that's easy to scan. So the cool thing about this is it doesn't just look pretty, but it actually has had a super huge impact. About a 35 to 40% conversion rate. Within a month, we had 15,000 in IACV just attributed to that page, and the bounce rate and exit rates both dropped by over 60%, which is pretty huge. So that was fun. I should stop sharing my screen here, but it looks like I'm the next person too. So we also created a reusable video carousel component that can be loaded on any page on the site and just drop in videos, and allows people to play a bunch of videos right within the page in a pop-up. So super helpful at showcasing just a ton of our content, and we have so much on YouTube that it's great to be able to get it on the site and get it out there. So Luke, I'll send it over to you.
Awesome, thanks, Steven. Yes, there's a couple quick highlights from brand. So we created ebook and white paper InDesign templates. So those are kind of fully baked with conversion focused cover layouts, CTA footers, and end pages. So they're kind of all encompassing and can allow vendors or whoever may jump in there to kind of hit the ground running. So huge thanks to Monica for putting those together. Second, we released V1 of the illustration and icon libraries through Google Drive. So those are accessible to everyone there. Great job there by Vic. And then lastly, so we've utilized Canva, which is an online kind of marketing tool to build out digital ads and that type of thing to create templates for the account-based marketing team so they can quickly update and launch campaigns so that we don't have to touch every single one they do. It's often kind of CTA swaps or copy swaps. So we've enabled them to be self-sufficient there. And then I would hate to leave Matt out. So he did an awesome job with the DevSecOps survey, which was mentioned previously. So yes, that's what I got. I will pass it over to Brandon.
Yeah, so first of all, we did a really good job, I think, of learning to agile and work in, redevelop our workflows and document those things like Shane mentioned earlier. So I just want to mention it again. Props to everyone for that. And working in sprints now, which is great. And then also we pivoted to, obviously because of the pandemic, we pivoted to virtual events rather than physical ones, which meant changing a bunch of stuff. And so we built a new commit website and have been doing other things that have been great for that. We started using our A/B testing tools. So kind of last quarter, we implemented a tool and now we're beginning to use it more, which is great. So we've done a lot of tests on the pricing page and looking forward to doing more of the testing kind of methodology. And yeah, we started the last item is, it's not as much an accomplishment as much as a starting point, but we've started the long journey towards content localization, which I think will be super important for us in the long term. We've got a vendor lined up and we kind of know where we're going. So that's great and something else to look forward to. And it looks like Lauren's got the next item.
So we started the GitLab Monorepo refactor that lets us isolate and separate the handbook and marketing websites. And that's an ongoing process, and that's with collaboration of the static site editor group. Really exciting stuff. On to Shane. Here, it's maybe Shane Rice.
I'll take it. We're going to lead the show and tell now. Kicking off for Rebecca, she's not on the call. She want to share a blog metrics update. So rolling 3-month view, so May, July versus February, April. New users on the blog increased 36%. We did see a drop in new subscribers, but I think this is related to the event revamp. So the dashboard isn't picking up the newsletter subscribes in the new format. I'm going to update this. We actually increased by about, I want to say like 10%, something like that. It was a nice bump in subscribers over the last 3 months. And the unique page views on the blog increased 7%, 591,770. Got to get those numbers right. And then we got a couple of shout outs. So I'm going to move those down to the next section. I'm going to pass it over to Brock since you are next in show and tell. And with that, I'll move these. Over to you, Brock. Thanks.
Yeah. This isn't going to take long. Oops. I'm just going to quickly share my screen here. We put together a little opener for the GitLab commit cycles, just to bring some life to some of the great graphics that the team had done. Yeah, so just some motion graphics we put together over the last week that should help add a little excitement. I've never screen shared in this program before, so now I don't know how to stop. There we go. All right. Yeah, I also don't know how to get back to my document, so somebody's next. But I can't see.
Yeah, Chrissy's next. Thanks, Brock.
Thank you.
It is me. So let me let me share my screen. What do I do? Okay. I almost forgot how to screen share. Brock, you jinxed me. So if you look here, A Beginner's Guide to GitOps ebook has been designed. So it is scheduled to publish next week. So if you click on that, that is the Epic view. So here you can see this new gated content process and the way that we've arranged doing gated content. Now we're definitely following that project management principle of every task deserves an issue. So this is a good embodiment of that. So if you click down, you can see all of the different issues that we've created to get this content, just so that everyone can account for the work that they're actually doing to create content. And then I'll go ahead and come over to this book. So Luke shared the templates that we've created for ebooks and white papers. And then this ebook is like that template come to fruition, but it also highlights some of the design things that we did with the GitOps campaign. So I will do the full screen of it. So A Beginner's Guide to GitOps. So this GitOps logo that Luke designed is now prominently featured on the cover. And then we have these 3 bullet points, and then we have a table of contents that is clickable. So if there is a section that's especially interesting to you, like the benefit of GitOps, here we come to this beautiful page. And all of these icons, everything's linked, and we've incorporated a lot of the really cool design things that Luke did with the GitOps logo, like this, like these dashed lines. And then at the end, we have a CTA right here, nicely featured, nicely designed. So I really love this template. I think it makes ebooks really interesting to read and visually interesting. And so it's scheduled to launch next Friday. So look for that wherever you read your ebooks.
Awesome. Thanks, Chrissy. So does somebody else want to take the shout out section, since it's Erica and she's out of office today and I don't want to be doing another section? I'll go. You know,
I'll do it. I'll do it because
right.
I messed up my time zones.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to do shout outs here. So this is just for anybody that you want to shout out. Also a reminder to put it in the thanks channel on Slack. But I will, let's see, the first person on here it's a shout out to Surrey, but I don't know who it's from. So
I believe it's Erica Lindbergh.
Okay, and she is,
or no, it was Rebecca Dodd. I am sorry.
Okay,
yes, it was Rebecca from.
Okay, so I'll read it just since she's not here. Shout out to Surrey for the problem with GitLab Flow, which was published in March and is still the top post for the period with over 22,000, close to 23,000 sessions, which is awesome. And then she also shouted out Val, who wrote 3 of the top 5 posts for July. Those are awesome numbers. And then I have a shout out to Shane Rice, who suggested doing this as a wrap up at the end of the quarter. And we're also, I don't know if you mentioned this already, but we're going to start doing these at the monthly, a little mini one, so that we can kind of go through at least some of the projects that we have going. And then also for remembering what time zone this was on, because I forgot, and recording it. So I will hand it over to Jeremy.
Hey guys, I know, just a quick recap, I work as a vendor. I come in with Jonathan, and since we started, Jonathan kind of split off and started working on other things, and I got thrown into working with Brandon and Steven, and I just want to shout out to them because you guys have made me feel really welcome and functional and constantly giving me advice, answering all my weird questions, and I really appreciate it because I came in comfortable expecting to work with Jonathan, who I have a history with, and that didn't happen, but it's been perfect anyway. So thank you to you guys for your great leadership and help as I've been this vendor participating in your guys' awesome team here.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Let's see. Erica Flowers, you're next.
Hello, people. I just wanted to shout out to Brock for getting a bunch of speaker cards done quickly, motion graphics basically for commit, and also getting our bumpers done and the mock-up done and jumping in even on Monday when he shouldn't have been jumping in. So mad shout outs, and I'm super happy to have him as a team member.
Thanks, Erica. I'm really happy to be here too.
All right, and I think I'm next. So shout out to Monica for working on this A Beginner's Guide to GitOps ebook. She was super receptive, so fast, always did things faster than expected. And she has a can-do attitude that's inspiring and rad. And she's always a joy to work with.
Awesome. I think I'm next. I just want to send a shout out to Michael Price, like Rolls Royce. I say it every time. I guess he's not here because he's on paternity leave, but he's just done a great job jumping in and kind of leading the team and contributing a ton already, and hasn't seemed like he's been onboarding at all. He's just kind of just jumped right in and rolled with it. So if you end up watching this at some point, Michael, at 2 a.m. while you're rocking a new baby, props. I think I'm the last one on here, so I'll send it back to you, DJ Shane.
Well, I appreciate that. And, we actually made our time. I was a little concerned we weren't going to make it because we only had 25 minutes. We had a lot to go through. So I appreciate the pace we kept through this and y'all hanging with us as we went through so much of the work we did this last quarter. I'm really excited looking back at the work we've done. I mean, we didn't even talk about everything we did here. There's lots of site health and pipeline stuff that we've done, and it's all in the last 3 months. And so shout out to this team. And with that, I'm gonna stop recording, and we'll move on to our next thing. So thanks, y'all.